we have here Karlo and Vitalii from the NBM team. If you guys could just give a quick intro of maybe how you got into crypto, like when, how long you've been in it, how long you've been with NBM, and kind of what your role is now, and just a quick overview of what the metaverse is before we dive in.
Sure. Vitaly, do you want to start or should I?
Okay, let me start. Uh, uh, let's start from the end. I am with NBM for more than a half a year. I have a huge background in CGI and VFX, and a couple years ago switched to game dev. Also a fan of crypto and NFTs, so now I'm responsible for visuals, a bit of code, a bit of gameplay, and a bit of everything. And as I always say, I try to keep all aspects of the game in my head. So doing a lot of things simultaneously and trying to keep brain mm, not clear, but at least
Functioning
pro-
okay.
pro- yeah, properly. Actually, yeah, definitely something like this.
Awesome.
Perfect. I'm Karlo Turk, co-founder and CEO of United IT Development Corp and NFT Battle Miners project. Pretty much we incorporated in June 2021. We went public, I think it was in July the 2021. We launched our first iteration of web browser based game, 2D mining operations, etc. in September 2021. In January, we released the alpha version of the card game, and pretty much just some 2 months ago, we revealed our plans and pretty much basic progress and pretty much official teaser for the metaverse. And pretty much a few days ago, we revealed the current progress of development of our 3D metaverse, which is pretty much a combination of 4x grand strategy RTS with a little glimpse of something that is unseen for this type of genres. And I would like to wait for the video, and then it will be clear which part is actually something that is unusual for these genres.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any questions about me, yeah, in regards to the how long I'm in crypto, as a hobby, I used to trade for many years, even when I didn't understand completely what I'm trading, but I found it fun. And up to the point where I entered the pretty much gamify space in February 2021 through the Upland game, where I pretty much met the co-founders of UTD.
Awesome. And you guys have a pretty small team, from what as far as like the dev team. You're really making strides. You made some, and we'll dive into it. But there's really a lot going into the dev work and like creating something new in this whole metaverse that has to
Yeah,
work
it
all
is.
together on the blockchain with all like open world, straight up open world. Everyone in there, all the lands and everything is all real people that are putting it all in there and working together. Uh,
We are currently pretty much 13 team members. We are currently preparing for the expansion as we are preparing for the launch of our Polygon based MBM token, which will be a main token for the pretty much player-to-player trading within the in-game marketplace. And pretty much we are currently in the seed round funding for it, which will enable us to further on scale the team and push through the bear market, which was obviously hit hard on everyone in the space, as pretty much the numbers are quite harsh. Pretty much we are currently on some 1% of the trading volume what VAX was when you compare it to just half a year ago. So pretty much definitely we believe that whoever goes through and continues to build through this building period will thrive once the markets recover. And also, yeah, as I already mentioned, we started in VAX. We are currently launching the Polygon based token, and we are creating a metaverse which will not only aim for a multi-chain for targeting all the blockchain communities and gamify space in overall. We will also have a heavy hit towards the conventional gaming industry, because we will make it easy for anyone to play, familiar or not familiar with crypto, pretty much utilizing the blockchain but not following it blindly. So we believe that this is the future of gaming.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think it's really great that you're on Wax, and which makes things kind of a lot simpler to be able to do this type of stuff, and hopefully onboard new people outside of crypto too at some point to get into this kind of this metaverse stuff. I know it's still kind of young in the grand scheme of things, but I'd love to see more gamers that aren't in the crypto space yet kind of feeling their way into, especially with Wax, where it is user friendly. You can jump right in, and then you have people like you, like creators that are willing to help and do these types of AMAs and whatever, and guide people into it. Because there's a lot that goes into it, and if you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them in chat. So Puzzle Puzzler is our mod. She's gonna be sending me these questions. A lot of them we may not cover until like the second portion, because I want to get through like the video. But if there's any specific questions about the video that we're watching, like in the moment, you can throw them in there and we'll pause and take a look at them.
Also, it's sorry. I wanted to just say one thing. Also, what is very important for the topic you started in regards to the bringing more community, etc. It is in the current stage and in the previous year. Wax Space is cool, doesn't have transaction fees, right? But it is extremely hard to onboard new people, to get them to create the wallet, to stake the CPU, to buy the RAM, to stake the net, to understand everything. Pretty much sending them over multiple platforms and so on is extremely hard process for someone new who is not familiar with blockchain and who doesn't have someone to help him. So pretty much what will be the future is pretty much providing easy access and easy solutions which will enable users to actually skip all those hard steps which are currently still existing. And our partnership with the Icon and utilization of their ORID technology will enable us easy login and wallet creations and easy access to the multi-chain.
We covered that. I forgot, but we did cover that with Zoller on the last one. You do have the ORID partnership, which, yeah, you're right. That should hopefully onboard people a lot easier, and I was very excited for that. Just in Wax in general too, not just NBM, but just using. You guys can onboard people to NBM, which then onboard them to Wax and just crypto in general. You say that, but like the other chains are also really hard. Like somebody not into crypto, they don't know how to use MetaMask and junk either, and like they're overwhelmed with gas fees, and so the whole crypto sphere has kind of that problem, I think, as far as people that aren't into it yet. But you're definitely you got that in mind, and you're working on that to help those people, and that's great that you're doing that.
There was a great question and there was a great answer. Grino, thank you. We have amazing guys, and Green already answered the question. Pretty much we are not moving completely to Polygon. We are just pretty much doing a multi-chain where we have aspects from both blockchains.
Yeah, and that's not bad either. I mean, I heard some good things about Polygon and Solana as well. And yeah, I mean, there's different communities there. So if you're able to expand some, that's great. But you're not moving there. That's just the fifth token. I mean, so ideally it would onboard some of those Polygon people over here to Wax to use the metaverse.
Yeah, pretty much. That's also the second biggest issue in the GameFi currently, because we have so many different blockchains where each of them have, certain communities that are obviously, when you look at them singularly, they are relatively small. And when you look at how much people on Wax know about Solana, very little. How much people on Solana know about Wax? Very little. Up to extremely little, or up to nothing. And, the future of the GameFi space will be actually shattering all those pretty much boundaries between all those GameFi communities that are currently isolated, literally. and joining them all together, and not only the gamify communities but also pretty much merging this gamify world and making it approachable for conventional gamers as well. And of course, you cannot expect it overnight, but people are building and solutions are coming to the market and solutions are being developed, and this will all help the real mass adoption of the gamify, because gamify do have a lot of positive things in comparison to conventional gaming. It's just that the market, not only the market but the whole gamify space is so young and early, and therefore we have not so many quality games out there, right? So if you look at the, if you're a gamer and you want to play a game, first of all, you won't come really to the gamify space and play the current games out there, because there's not many quality games that can even try to compete with the top-notch conventional games. And this is what will change, because we are building, we are probably not the only ones who are building, and down the road in the following 1 to 2 years we will see a lot good games coming up, and this will also incentivize the players, the gamers, not only the people who are here to just earn, but people who like playing games will come and join and
Yeah.
play those games down the road.
I was actually
So
talking
yeah.
to one of my roommates yesterday, and just explaining this and showing him the video. And he's not into crypto or NFTs at all, but he's into strategy games. And he thought this was so cool. Just the fact that it's an open world, the resources are limited. You have to really strategize on where you want to do things and how you want to work with other people. What resources are you applying or mining, and figuring out the best way to just strategy, just flat out. He really loved that concept, even though he's just a gamer, not into NFTs at all. So that's really a good direction. I have the video here. We're gonna start just playing it. There is audio with it, which I'll have kind of low. Let's just get going.
Hi guys, this is Mitya from the.
Are you sure you don't want to hide us, because we might be on half of the screen and maybe something won't be visible?
NFT collection. Since then, our game has evolved a lot.
Wasn't covering too much.
Of course, you were the biggest part of it. Without your support, we could not carry on. So big thank you for staying with us. Why are we here today? For those who don't know, in May we announced the start of the development of a new massive multiplayer real-time grant strategy. So now, just a couple of months later, we want to let you in on the very first steps of the game development. For now, the game is in prototype stage, so everything you see here
Yes,
is
Rusty, you can
basically
use the
our
water
playground
pellets
to
as
test
well.
out ideas.
So,
Agree.
oops, I just paused for a second. I just want to say we are watching this video, but if you have any specific questions about what we're looking at, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we'll pause and cover it. I think it's a good idea to kind of dissect this video, and we will have the grubfish too pretty soon, and then we'll continue right afterward. But like what the narrator just said, so what you're seeing here is a prototype, okay? It's just the very first demo version. It's going to get a lot better. There's no like textures. There's the graphics will get a lot better. This is just a very preliminary version of it. So just keep that in mind. There's a whole bunch more coming in the future.
Gameplay and so on. The visuals are not what we will see in the real game, but they can give you a hint of how it will work out.
Yeah, there
So,
you go.
what we see here is a space station placed in front of one of the planets in our system. This is the place where they start the game. Basically, a headquarters that every player will receive at the start of the game. We call this design a sunflower. It has an inner core for the engineering systems, a huge solar collector for energy independency, an outer ring for docking of heavy ships. It also has this long connector for docking platforms for smaller ships or ships that want to use multiple docks or speed up loading or unloading process. We see two ships on the platform, our initial cargo ship that we will receive for our very first missions, as well as the control tower carrier that we will need if we want to establish our planetary base. At the end of the big stick, we see a sphere where we'll spend a lot of time. The mission control room and our personal quarters are inside. While this game is very much a strategy game first, it is very important to us that you as a player connect with our world, so we try to implement as much immersive elements as possible. So now it's time to land on the planet. Let's select a spot on the planet where we want to land.
All right, so he just said that all the players start in that ship. Is that correct? And then
Pretty much it's a H quarter. What you're seeing is a pretty much first iteration with, obviously, as you already mentioned, it still doesn't have the textures and the final visuals. It's still a prototype, but pretty much, yes, this is the H quarter of every player. Every player will have one of those in the space.
every
Now
player
when we're
has one,
looking,
so you're not all in the same
yeah.
headquarter. Every person has their own.
No, every player has its own H quarters, and pretty much what you're seeing now looks big, but that's just because it's zoomed.
Oh,
It's a extremely small thingy within the whole stellar system.
I gotcha,
When
gotcha.
you
All right, cool. So you start out with the headquarters, and then he's about to talk about landing on this planet and getting lands. I had a question. So, are there a bunch of planets? Do you get to explore, or do you start out with just like one or a few planets?
There is
No.
actually 22. Yeah, Vitaly, please follow
Yeah,
up.
one thing about station and planets, those kind of questions are linked together. So we have 22 space objects, pretty much 23 space objects. We have planets and moons, we have asteroid belt, and we have rich asteroid, which is almost a planet, and it will be available on the start. So what I was talking about HQ, first you have to decide where you want to place your HQ, near which planet. This is will guide your way to mine or develop your activities. Because every planet will be unique, will have unique resources and unique capabilities of developing. So that's kind of also strategic point where you have to decide where to place. Maybe you can place on some middle point in space, but you can build a gas station for spaceship, and
Oh
this
wow.
is will be your
So there's like a
your
lot of
operations.
options and strategies. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so you got these different planets, different an asteroid belt. Wow, this is really open world space, you guys. And then these different planets have different environments, different like you were just saying.
yes,
So it's up to you
yeah,
as the player to figure out where you want to go, and then also what's already populated, probably, right? So some of these,
yeah, sure.
if you're if
Also, planet will be different in sizes, and let's say if you're going to utilize gas giants, there will be a lot there will be different mechanics to build on that planet, to mine on that planet, to deliver, and so on. So it will be pretty unique experience for gaming, not only for values and so on. So there will be a lot of cool stuff, and we will disclosure it down the road.
Yeah, awesome.
Also,
Your HQ ship, can you just move it anywhere you want, so you can just travel
Yeah,
it to where
yeah.
you want?
This
Yeah.
That's the point. It's there will be possibility to move your HQ to another location. It won't be cheap, but it's kind of at some point every user has to make this step because everyone will develop their facilities, resources, and so on. So uh, each player will find a better place for HQ. Also about HQ and land plots, as we will see soon, we will have some kind of guilds or alliances, and there will be bonuses for this. And also, we think that for now we have the idea to stack HQs for alliances to make like a huge space station
Oh
combined.
wow. So you're combining,
Yeah,
yeah. So you're working together to colonize. Yeah. Let's go ahead
yeah,
and move forward and see what these lands look like. But now you said you're gonna need some resources to move your HQ, and I guess that you would need
yeah.
some things to create your lands and things. So these are resources that where would are these things that you buy or I know you can convert your old card NFTs into things, or do you want to cover
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
a bit?
Yeah, we will cover that in a bit. Just let's play and we will
Alright,
get to the
alright.
point.
Our
Good
control
deal.
tower, together with the planetary hovercraft unit, will need a landing pad to land. It cannot land on uneven surface. So let's follow the ship. And here it is. Now as we see, it's awaiting order. It's sitting idle on the landing pad. Landing pads will be randomly distributed on the surface. So landing on one does not mean that this plot is yours. You can take another one by traveling there. What we see now is our plot of land and hexes for object placement. We can select where we want to land. If we decide to build the control tower, we will have to purchase the entire plot first. Plots will have a random size distribution, as you can clearly see here. The amount of hexes will differ as well as resources available on start. Resources will shift over time, so prepare to plan strategically, and you are not left with a plot of land that is specialized to mine a resource that is not longer available. So, this is the price. 28 hexes, let's build. The cargo is getting carried over, and we have a control tower. Depending on what planet you are, which surface you choose, you will have an option to build a specialized unit for your purpose. There will be units built on water, levitating buildings on gas giants, special units for asteroid explorations. Buildings might require several hexes to build or upgrade. They might have perks if built next to each other, so you have to take into consideration when planning the development on your land. So, for example, if you want to place a strategical important unit like mining facility, what we are trying to do now, it might be better to place it next to refinery if you want to have a shorter way for refined products, or it might be better to place it closer to the landing pad. So once built, your cargo or something, a resource you have mined, will have a shorter way to travel between the mining facility and the landing platform where the cargo ship will be called upon once you basically have goods to be carried over. So now we build the mining tower. Now you see a placeholder for the mining operation. Once it's filled with green, we have a resource.
There you go, look at that. It's a mining.
Here it is. So now we can see how it leaves the building and goes to the landing pad. And now let's wait for the cargo ship coming from space to take it out and bring it to our headquarters.
Alright.
Oh, pretty fast. So now we have this placeholder circle to give us a sense of how fast it loads. So for now it's around 10 seconds. And here it goes. Yeah. So let's click on our headquarters. Let's get inside and give a feeling.
Alright, before we do that, so you just saw that you can choose what you want to build on these plots. The plots have those hexes like we just saw. Let's just go right back to here. And then like you said, like the different planets would have different areas and different things. And then it said when you went to build that tower, it was like buy with credits. Is that correct? So you're using credits? How's that?
That's a placeholder. That
yeah,
was already
that's
a
a
question
placeholder.
on the previous. The credits and the whole pretty much these buttons that you see, this is just a placeholder because we still didn't come to the actual UI for the game. So
yeah, actual
that's
EIs and the currency balances and currency requirements are still in development, so we just use space credits, so we shorten to credits, and that's all.
So what kinds of things would you need to build those when it's launched to the public?
For now, there's no clear answer. This is in own development.
Okay. So these are just sneak peeks, but that's the mechanics of it. You're going to build these buildings. You saw that this thing was a mining station. You saw that it was mining some materials.
Yeah, the first thing is important. The control tower is pretty much the thing you get when you buy the cell.
Okay.
This is let's say this is control tower for the cell. So it's kind of controls operation on that cell. And if you have a control tower, you definitely know that this is a cell occupied by some user or you or whatever.
So that would you be like your first one that you would put somewhere?
Yeah, this is a default building you build as soon as you buy that cell.
Gotcha, gotcha. So you
Also, it's very important to say that every land card that users have and will import into the metaverse will grant them they don't need to buy the land plot because they already have it, right? So they will just choose the location for each card. And there was also a question in the chat: can I place like any of my land cards anywhere, like on any random planet? No, you cannot. For example, if you have a rich asteroid land card, you will be able to claim a plot of land within the rich asteroid. If you have, let's say, underground ocean, you'll be able to pretty much claim the ocean plot within the habitable planet with the oceans.
gotcha.
If we are talking about the gas giant, you will be able to claim the plot on the gas giant. If you have, for example, asteroid belt, then you will simply choose one of the small asteroids. Vitali, how many asteroids do we plan to have? Approx number, if you
For
have it.
now, we tested 50K, and there might be more.
So
So
yeah.
so you have
So
these
we
different
talk.
land cards. So that's something. So you're converting your land cards into you're importing them into the metaverse, and then you, depending on what those land cards are, you can
Yeah.
build on where they
Yeah,
go.
they has to match the type, and Planet Core will be surprised. We are planning to have some
And
cool
if you
cool
come to a
gameplay for
place
this.
that already has something from somebody else like this, and you let's say you want to join them, you can build your stuff next to them, and they join. Or how do you colonize and work together, or can you?
Uh,
Or do you have to
no,
find a completely empty space if you want to start
yeah,
building? Okay.
yeah, you have to find completely empty space and then get to aliens or something like this.
So everybody is kind of mining for their own, at least starting out. You're going to build your own
Yeah.
thing, and that goes to your HQ. And then there's
Yeah, but just to be clear, there's not only mining operations, refinery,
okay.
delivery, services, and so on. So there will be a lot of gameplay mechanics you can play.
Okay, awesome.
Also, there is quite a lot of actually good questions stacked already.
Yeah,
So
I just
maybe we
wrote it
can
down
clean them
so
There
up.
we
are,
can.
there are. So I have all the questions written down, and after, which if there's
Okay.
anything applicable to this, by all means, you can already, because if you're seeing them. But after the last section, we're actually going to read through all the stacked ones and see, make sure we cover everything. We're actually at a
Okay,
point.
maybe
What is it?
only to the builder magic. He was asking in regards to the active and passive gameplay. He's worried if we're gonna force only active gameplay, and that's not correct. You'll still be able to play passively. You will be able to, for example, hire and pay other players to actually do the grind for you. Grind meaning like small micromanaging, because obviously it will be required, but you can select to do it by yourself, or you can select someone else to do it for you. So you can still play passively. Obviously, you will not be on big loss because you are already earning by possessing those lands and doing your mining, let's say so. And on top of that, obviously you will pay some salaries to your employees and so on,
Oh, nice.
like in the real world, right?
Yeah, so I like how. And by the way, we'll do our next Grubfish really quick soon. So go ahead and join if you haven't already, and then we'll continue with the HQ part right after. But yeah, so you can. That's something that you work together on. So you wouldn't actually have lands in the same space, but you can set it up where other people will do work for you, and you're like paying them, but they're using your resources. Or how's that working? Can you elaborate a little on that part?
Pretty much there can be different tasks, right? Let's say reparations and so on, and there is the detailed the mechanics are still not ready. They are still in phase of development, but the general idea is pretty much ready from our side, whereby there will be different deliveries, different repairs, different tasks within the gameplay mechanics that someone will pretty much be able to do for you and maintain, micromanage.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So, yeah, carry on the questions. We will cover them before we're done with the stream. We're going to do a Grubfish. The first through third on this one get a mining pack, an active card mining pack from NFT Battle Miners. And then 20th place will get a booster, the 2% cargo booster. What does the cargo booster do for you? Is that
Pretty much cargo booster is pretty much the most valuable out of all the prizes, by the way, because it gives 2% boost on the user's current operations. The point is, it by itself it does nothing, but for anyone who is actually having operations, it's an extremely valuable asset.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
That's the point. Active cards are a little bit less valuable, but they are enabling you to start playing the game. Survival pack contains also the land, so it's pretty much enabling also to start with the mining operation.
Awesome.
So that's also quite cool.
Yeah, survival packs are we do have a couple survival pack prizes on the puzzle game that ends next week, but not during the Grubfish today. But we do have this cargo booster 2% that goes to one person here on this Grubfish. Boosters are permanent. Yeah, we got stuff to go. Yeah, we'll try to cover everything. So anyway, that's our prizes. We're gonna go ahead and do this grub, and then afterward we will continue with the video and look at the first person HQ, which is pretty interesting as well. All right, last call to get in this bad boy. Here we go. Good luck. I know we got a lot of questions of various kinds especially from people that are more familiar with NBM, and that's great. We'll try to cover them after we finish the video. And I think it's already been a bit more clear to me too, just what we already went through. It's very interesting. Usually when you think about the metaverse, you don't think space. You think like you're on Earth and walking around and stuff. So it's interesting to see a space metaverse, I think, where you're traveling around to different planets. I think it's a really interesting type of concept.
Yes. The point is that the metaverse term is also very young, and even though many companies are building metaverse, not every company is actually building the same thing. So even though you have actually many metaverses coming up, but there will be quite a lot of, relatively different products. Metaverse still contains this ability to interact, obviously, social aspect of it, right? And this is the part which we are pretty much incorporating within the A quarter, which is a social space, right? So yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Congratulations. Shout out to BD. Congratulations. By the way, BD's coming on to my stream on Saturday. So you guys that like these Grubfish games and whatnot, or if you like BD, Blue Dragon, come join us then. Congratulations to Tissues, Farmer, and Mama00 Finn. You guys get the active card to mining pack. And then the Green Obino. The Green Obino, you get the booster, cargo booster. So congratulations. Our next Grubfish will again have Battle Miner prizes. So you can go ahead and join again. But once again, we're going to take a little break. And we will get back to it after about 15 minutes. All right. And there I am. All right. So, yeah, really interesting. I'm excited for what's in the future, because you said this is extremely preliminary. This is prototype. I know in the other AMAs you mentioned eventually also battling and like conquest type stuff whenever it's populated, which is also
Pretty
interesting.
much this project is actually
Oh,
very
so
very
fun.
huge, right? And you know, upon the delivery of this kind of project, we will certainly be, you know, in the competition with the top games in the conventional gaming, let alone the, you know, the competition on the blockchains. But the most important thing, we are developing this as a service, game as a service, what means there is no final thing which we aim to achieve and then stop the development. We are aiming to pretty much have it as a continuous game with a continuous development and continuous introduction of new features, of new things, and down the road, hopefully, many more stellar systems and, you
Yeah,
know, hopefully
awesome.
intergalactic travel, etc. But yeah,
Do you know
step
when
by step.
around, or maybe it's TBA and that's fine, but do you know around when the public can start jumping in, at least for the very first version, to start getting their lands in there?
Pretty much stage 4.
Stage 4?
Stage 4. We are currently also, as I already mentioned, in the preparation for the funding with the through the token, whereby it also depends how fast we secure the funding, so we can faster expand the team to push the timelines faster, or is it gonna be slower if it takes longer? But yeah, that's pretty much the. It's hard to say the number because, you know, it's impossible to tell you the correct number. So if, you know, it would be stupid to tell exact date
There
of
you go.
something that
That's fine.
we are
Yeah.
not even
So stage
sure exact.
4. So you're probably looking at maybe next, not this year yet. Maybe next year, or
Well,
maybe
initial
by end of year.
estimates were actually end of the year, but
Okay.
depending on the funding, it could take a little bit longer. But yeah,
Okay. Cool.
you see, we are keeping posted
Oh
everyone.
yeah,
How's the
that's great.
project
Yeah, you get
going?
to see where it's like. Yeah, there's no secrets. I mean, the secrets are just like surprise factors, but there's you're definitely working, making it work. So this
Yes,
whole demo and all the AMAs you did this week is great. Let people know what's going on, the next big stage, the next big thing. So that's awesome.
it's
Let's
important. No,
dive
please.
into the HQ here. So here we're looking at. Let's just bring this
Are
back.
waiting for our ship to land.
Let's
Where is
let
it?
him talk here.
Hopefully soon. Oh, here it is. Beautiful. Small, but cool. Also, this is a first example of a great module design for containers that we will have. And outside, we have a man standing there just to give you a sense of scale.
So there's your little guy right there.
A bit lonely for
That's
him,
scale.
but beautiful. Also, later in the game, we will have planets that you can see from the outside, ships passing by. Very cool. So let's run to our mission control.
So you're
On the
inside
left,
the HQ
what do
right
we
now.
have here?
This is the only
Yes,
part of
this
the
is our
metaverse where you're
personal
first
space.
person.
A bit empty here, chair,
Yeah.
bed, and you will be completely free to customize it the way you want later.
Nice.
Yeah, this is basically our beautiful view, but let's see from the other side. We'll have monitors here, different stats system, interactive controls, and yeah, this is pretty much it for now. Oops, what is this? Yeah, didn't see that.
Filopato down
Yeah,
the road,
what
yes.
a beautiful planet. And imagine, guys,
Look at that
how
view.
much cooler it will look once it's over. So, because this is a prototype, it will be that much better. So, please, stay with us. You supported us for a long time, for 12 months. Just bear a little bit longer, and we will be keeping you fresh up to date with updates. There will be a lot of stuff coming. For now, this is just a visual stuff, but of course, this is a strategy, so a lot of things are dedicated to mechanics of trading, of mining, of player versus player interaction, alliances, and so on. It will be so much cooler, and yeah, nothing that has been done before on that scale. So I hope that we will have a great future together. Stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Absolutely. A great future together. So yeah, you saw the HQ there. You can customize it any way you want. I think that's neat. You got your own little space. Can other people go into your HQ then, and you can actually like see them in first person?
Down the road, it will be
Yeah.
possible, yes.
Okay. But every player gets their own HQ, and they're flying it around and customizing.
but the central part should be like a common space, especially for the groups, alliances, and so on, so they will see each other. This is for definitely for later stages, even maybe even after the full launch of the game. But we have this in our plans to have this user-to-user interaction.
Nice. It's a beautiful view. Like, I know that VR was like mentioned in a previous AMA. This isn't, and then your answer was, oh, why not? Yeah, it's not too hard to make a VR, but this, you're not focusing on
Yeah,
VR. Like, this is, you're meant to play on a computer, potentially mobile. Did you say too?
Yes,
yeah,
mobile as
yeah,
well. That's why it's
Wow.
Unity,
Wow.
because
yeah,
Unreal wouldn't support to go mobile, and mobile devices are very, very important because the market share of the mobile gaming is constantly growing and growing.
Yeah.
So
So
it's extremely important.
when it's whenever it's mobile friendly, so you'll actually be able to on your phone literally control it the same way. You can go to your planets and put in your lands um, and access all that from your front, like on the fly, right? So it's gonna work
yeah,
seamlessly.
yeah.
That's
Just
awesome. That's awesome. That's one thing people have said they like ConsumerBreak is it's a phone app and you can sit on the toilet and just get your puzzles in and whatever or in line or whatever it is. So that's neat that there is, especially for something this robust, like it's an actual open world video game, but you'll be able to do it on mobile. That's interesting. And then eventually, when VR gets even better and whatnot, I think that'd be really neat too for the people that are into it to just sling on those goggles and like actually walk around inside your HQ and look at this beautiful view of a planet outside your window. It looks beautiful, just as it is, just preliminary, you know. So like the guys,
yeah, just about this view, just imagine this planet, first of all with clouds and proper shaders and so on, but
yeah,
populated with buildings and spaceships and vehicles that are operating there.
yeah, and they're
So
all
there will
moving
be live
around.
space. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, really neat. Really neat. And then eventually as it keeps growing, you can keep adding new things like you say, more planet. It's the universe. It's the outer space. So you can keep expanding outward and whatever else action-wise you can do. So eventually maybe conquesting and stuff like that. I like the before that. I mean, I like the idea of working together more than. I mean, you're gonna have people that want to fight each other, but I like the idea of colonizing and being able to work together, build together, hang out. That's what a metaverse is really kind of being pushed as. It's a place for social hanging out. It's like real life hanging out, but it's virtual. It's kind of like what this is with in space. So especially all the space heads out there, Star Trek lovers and stuff like that. It's really really neat to even if you're not deep into the game, into the like the mining and getting all your resources and buying paying money and doing all this stuff just getting in here and like checking out everything is already neat. I think for people that are into gaming, especially to just go and check it, like fly around, look at the planet, look what other people, especially when it's populated. It'd be like you say when you have things moving around on all these planets that are operated by other people, and you can just dive in there and check it out and communicate with them, and then maybe if you're into it, then find a little spot for you too. So it's really really interesting. Uh,
Yeah, social aspects are extremely valuable for every game, and we are trying to make it more social and with alliances and with this user view, I would call it like that. So if you can see other user units, buildings, and even other user characters, so it definitely will be nice.
yeah,
Just
alliances.
just checking it out. Why
I
not?
like the word alliances. Yeah, so you're actually joining. You might want to see what these different alliances have. What are they doing? Where are their lands? And what are because you say you have different types of planets. You have water planets and gas planets, and so maybe if you have a bunch of lands that are meant for the gas planet, you might want to check out the alliances that have stuff over there. Right? Am I saying this right? And can we talk
There
about
will be so
alliances?
many different aspects. So yeah, because the older players usually have pretty much. I think that every little bit longer player with us have at least one of each type of lands. At least that's my assumption without actually looking at the data. So I believe that the bigger players and the OGs of the game will actually have presence everywhere. So yeah.
But yeah, that might be something. Maybe if you're looking for an alliance, maybe that's something you want to check out. Is somewhere where there's some big players that have a whole bunch of things and join into their alliance.
Yeah.
And so, as if you're in an alliance, how are you working together? What kinds of things, or is that the whole hiring to do things, or is there more involved?
There will be a lot of aspects, but we will be revealing all the details down the road because it's too early, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
uh, we're we're seeing where we are at
Yeah,
this
we want to
stage and
populate
what
this
they're
thing. Yeah, I feel you. You want to get this thing populated, get a bunch of people, and all that. That's what I'm saying. Right now, you might have empty planets, but after it's launched and you wait and people are in their building, now you actually have this robust uh, ecosystem going on with all these people in their buildings. And then at that point, yeah, now you can kind of start joining up and doing all that. It's very exciting and interesting too. Um, and like you say, the word metaverse, it floats around, Facebook. A lot of people that aren't into metaverse or crypto, they just think metaverse is Facebook because they have their meta, and they don't
Yeah.
understand that a metaverse, it can be anyone can make their own place. Um, but as like you say, as more creators and companies are building their own things, especially on blockchain where it's decentralized, uh, as technology grows and the mainstream kind of dives into it more, uh, you'll be seeing a lot of growth just in metaverse in general, and having these different types of metaverses I think is really interesting too. Now this one's a space one. They're not all the same. So Facebook doesn't have a space one, or whatever. And then graphics wise too, a lot of times these metaverse, at least these days, the graphics are kind of blah. Like Digicon, like it's fine, it's all well and good, it's amazing for a convention, but as far as if you're gonna compare it to real life, it's just like basic graphics. So you coming in here with like these textures, like you said, clouds and things, and weather events, and time-based things in real life. So it actually takes a time for your little cart to get from the planet to your HQ. It's like actually basing it on real world time. These are all really interesting things, I think. So we probably have a big stack of questions. If you have more, keep throwing them in. We're going to do another Grubfish now. And then when we get back, it'll just be general Q&A until we're ready to sign these nice fellows out of here, okay? So, but that was a great overview with some extra details, I think, than what the video said. So we covered a bit there, and that's great. That's what I wanted from this stream. So there you go. The Grubfish. 64 people in the grubs. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you all for being here. Go ahead and join. The next prizes will be some more NBM. We have first and second. Actually, you said the booster is better, so let's make first and second be the booster. And then 10th and 20th will be a mining pack. All right. Write that down. Give me that booster. Well, let's see you get first or second, and we'll get you a booster. And also solve that puzzle game, because next week it ends on Tuesday. We will, and then Wednesday I'll reveal or announce those winners, which will just be drawn based on, like I said earlier, it's drawn as a giveaway based on the entries. You get entries by solving the puzzle. That's how that's going to work. All right. All right, 70 people in this battle boy. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. And after that, we will come back with just general Q&A. So if you have questions, throw them in the chat. Puzzler's helping me and has been putting them into the whisper for me. So I'll be able to just kind of go through a lot of them. All right. All right. And thanks y'all for being here. If you like Grubfish games, Wax NFTs, AMAs with collab projects, consider hitting that follow. Yeah, NBM is still going. The puzzle, yeah, it's still going until next Tuesday. And also there's that password one for today only. Password is Metaverse. All right, thanks for the follow, Rusty. All right, let's go ahead and hit this grubfish, and we'll be right back. And actually, I will also be right back because I gotta hit the bathroom real quick. So good luck. And you're welcome, you guys. If you're welcome to keep answering if you want.
Sure.
I'll be right back.
Maybe we lost the old questions, but you will remind us later. Is there some new
A
questions
couple.
that someone?
I've got couple.
Mhm.
First of all, I want an A minor strip club. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe at some point. Will I be able to see my current mining operation in first-person view? Yes, you will be able to see your mining operation because we will have a lot of monitors on the station. You will see some graph stats, and pretty much you can see your mining through the window. And we plan to have window to show just visuals or with overlay with some data. And if you're near your planet, your headquarters near your planet with your mining operation, you will see those data as an overlay. What aspects of the HQ will we be able to customize? First of all, you may want to customize landing pads, because we will have bigger ships, not one hex size, but up to 7 hexes, and bigger ships requires bigger landing pads. Also storage rooms and maybe something else, but this is two that we definitely know what you will be able to customize. Also a lot of things to customize as a first person view, like your room. You will be able to customize the visuals of your room. You will have your achievements, and also you will be able to see visual representation of your actual resources balance. So this is kind of funny thing, and just to see your wealth.
Awesome.
Okay.
I'm back here. So congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations to Tissues and Mike 120. You guys both get the booster. Yeah, go Grubfisher. Didn't you win earlier, Tissues? That's what's up. Thanks for being here. And then 10th and 20th. So Jim 9112 and Chamath, you guys get a mining pack. So congratulations to you guys. You can go ahead and rejoin. Let's bring the boys back up. And I'm not sure what you already answered here, but so we're just gonna go through questions. So if you have any more, go ahead and throw them in the chat, and we're just gonna hang out and do that until we're ready to sign these off, these nice fellas off. And then I will do still 3 more grubfish after this section. So stay tuned because we still have more prizes. Karlo, can you talk again about the current assets later being usable in the OP Tower, where we can basically keep earning the way we do as OG benefits?
Correct. So, well, we already stated that, if you have a land card nowadays, which you are using in the 2D game, you'll be able to pretty much convert it into the metaverse, claim your plot of land. Pretty much if you have, let's say, like we said, ocean, then you will claim the ocean plot within the habitable planet with the oceans. If you have an asteroid field, you will claim one of the small asteroids, etc. What you will get by doing that, you will get to build operation tower, where you will be able to assign your operation as you're pretty much doing it currently in 2D. So you will continue mining as you do now. On top of that, you will use all the regular mechanics, right? Because my operation tower will be one building, right? And usually the plots are pretty much bigger. You saw on the video the one with 28 hexes, if I'm right. And therefore you will be still able to participate in all other gaming mechanics that are over there. So this is like a benefit to the OGs, to the early supporters.
Okay, nice. Can you talk about shop tickets? What is the shop ticket?
Shop ticket is pretty much the asset that enables you to pretty much buy an item from the in-game shop. Currently the secondary market is a better deal, so pretty much the shop tickets are not being used at the moment. But this will change down the road, and
Yeah, the
pretty much
question
that's
was,
why
can we
users are...
expect shop ticket usage in the future? And is there different rarity or levels
Yes.
to shop tickets?
Different, sorry, level and...
Levels or rarities?
To the lands. That question is connected to the lands, I think, from Rapid. Pretty much, yeah, to repeat this, of course, if you have, for example, a common land, obviously you will not claim the best plots. What is the best and what is the worst? We're talking the size. Size matters. Right, Vitaly?
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, it's about the size. Pretty much, if you have the ultimate, you will get a better land. You will get to claim the better, bigger.
Do card pieces get new utility with Metaverse?
No, card pieces won't get the new utility.
Because you guys
Card
still
pieces
have...
you can blend
you
with
s-
the active ones.
Okay, yeah, you blend card pieces into that. So the active cards, though, those would. Yeah, there's land cards there. But you can... There's still the PvP going on, too, simultaneous, right?
Of course, that's a
Yeah.
separate product. Yes,
So that's
separate product.
Everything
within the
that
same
you
company.
currently have on NBM that's not Metaverse is still going to happen. You can just choose
Yes, of course.
to
I mean,
import
uh,
your lands into the Metaverse.
yes.
Okay, great.
Also, active cards, right? Because you still want to utilize your mining operations within your operation tower.
Awesome. There's just a lot of questions going here. Will the big plots be together or splitted?
Split it.
How do you sell your land inside the new game? So-
Within the in-game market, there will be a
Oh.
marketplace.
Cool. Okay.
The currency for the trading will be the MBM token, and yeah, there will be 5% fee on the seller side and the buyer side. It's gonna be smaller than what is currently for the secondary market.
Cool. So you have an actual market inside there where you can sell or buy anything
Yes.
in there. That's great.
Also, you'll be
Yeah.
able to trade the WAX-based tokens into the Polygon-based main token within the game as well. What we are trying to achieve is not to send users to 10 different places outside of the game, right? When you are playing in your app, you don't want to send the user exit your app and go somewhere else. You want to prepare everything within the game. Yeah, there will still be a possibility. Of course, you can withdraw tokens, trade them on the exchanges. We will list the MBM token on the centralized exchanges as well, and of course Uniswap, etc. VAX-based tokens you can still trade on the VAX-based dexes such as DeFi Box and Alcor, but you will also have additional ability to do it within the game, right?
Awesome. Is there any OG benefits in the metaverse, like the original people, some early adopters?
Yeah, the biggest part is actually this, that they will be able to keep the ability to mine as they do, plus enjoy the benefits of having those plots with additional utilities on top of what they are doing now. So yeah, this is definitely a big advantage.
Awesome. So the booster is permanent, and it's like the partner booster NFTs, but they won't go down when partners.
Yeah, pretty
stop
much there was
paying?
a partnership program,
Okay.
There was a partnership program initially, how the boosters started. That was supposed to be a partnership program where pretty much partner collections can get the utility. They would pay a weekly fee, which would be used to recycle the resources. which are of course extra generated by giving them utility. So we had this pretty much fee. Projects could choose it, and then what happened is multiple projects, oh yes, we're in. Pretty much they hyped it, they marketed it, and then some of them even did quite nice sales for it. And then pretty much 2-3 weeks, oh, we can't really continue paying the fee, so we're out. And then users were feeling scammed by paying the money and getting something that lost utility. So pretty much currently we don't have any more this program active at the moment. So pretty much we activated the boosters with our stickers, and now we introduce this booster NFT as a limited edition booster of
Awesome.
2%.
Awesome. A number of these questions were answered. How easy is it to switch around to all your different? If you have different plots on different planets and stuff, are you able to like switch between them and see them easy?
No,
You
I
have
mean
to travel
you can
to 'em?
sell the one. You can sell your plot on the let's say on the gas giant and pretty much buy another one on the rich asteroid, but you can't move the land, right? It's a real life simulation kind of, right?
Yeah.
You don't move the land.
So you'd have to travel between. If you have lands on different planets, you have to travel between them to go check them out.
Yep.
Okay.
No, for user to check them out, the travel won't take long. But for spaceships, it will take some time, and it depends on the planet. Just to be clear, we will have planets rotating around the sun. Yeah, the star, right? The sun is only in our solar system, and planets will have its own rotation around its axis. So, at some point, you may have to just wait to not send ship all across the universe.
All right. Are you able to see your
I
current?
would like to answer.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
There is a rusty question. Sell and buy for MBM token? Yes, correct. Marketplace. The pretty much the trading will be done through the MBM token, and there, as I already mentioned, the commission 5% buy side, sell side 5%, and pretty much part of it being burned with every transaction. Further on, creating more scarcity. As and yeah, I think that's the answer to the question.
Awesome. Your Polygon token, can you withdraw that for ETH?
You can withdraw it and then you can trade it for ETH
Okay.
on the exchanges outside. Inside of the game, you'll be able to trade the tokens such as VAX-based tokens to the Polygon-based token or Polygon-based token to the VAX-based tokens. But you can withdraw any of those and you can trade them on the regular exchanges.
Okay. How much will it cost to mint a land without a land NFT? Will this need NBM token? Or
Pretty much you will not need the MBM token, you will need it will be a colonization mechanic where you will need a colonization unit, you will need some resources, etc. But the more details we will explain down the road because obviously the numbers are still not fixated and it's too early for that.
Okay.
So better to keep this information for now rather than telling something that might be changed or not
Yeah.
accurate at all.
Balance in that kind of games is critical. So before we can test and check all the balances, we do not want to disclose any of these numbers.
You already said you have a marketplace inside the metaverse. Are you able to sell your things as like an NFT? That's what it is, right? So
Pretty much you will be able to sell and buy, but you can't really export, like take out the land because land is there, right? So you won't be able to take out the land and sell it on the Atomic Hub, right? That's what's changing.
Yeah, I think that's the question.
Pretty much you're burning your NFT and it's becoming a permanent.
It's becoming part of the metaverse. You're able to buy and sell inside the metaverse
Correct.
as a land, but it's not going to
Correct.
convert back out to an NFT. Okay.
Correct.
we,
Exactly.
we are planning to have a battle mechanics, and if we keep lands as NFT, we won't be able to provide real time battles.
Okay.
So this is crucial for game engine. So it should stay inside the engine, inside the game.
Okay. Cool. Are there any member limits? 11 or in an alliance or just in general, or it's just open to anybody
Oh,
until it's off?
I
we,
think we will have some limits, and then obviously the alliance will need to, upgrade some stuff and so on to actually, be able to get more members. But it's also still not finalized, so yeah,
Okay.
open for intro. But I'm just presenting my view in regards to
Okay.
what the perfect,
yeah,
what
it's
currently
open
looks like.
question for now, and no straight answer.
Can you elaborate on the plot differences common compared to Ultimate Lands? So that's like
We
very
answered actually this. This was in regards to the size matters, if you remember.
okay. So they're bigger. The Ultimate will be
Yeah, bigger and
bigger
better.
lands, and they mine more and whatever.
Yeah, bigger lands provide you more possibilities to play, to earn whatever you are going to do in the game. Just not only mining, even owning a landing pad or set of landing pads will provide you some income.
Okay.
So bigger land you have, more ships you can serve, and so on.
Yeah. And
As already
more space
mentioned,
you're taking that other people can't take as well, right? Bigger lands.
exactly.
Um, what can you customize about the HQ? I think you covered that partly.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, a burn event in order to set up the floor. Is lands going to get burned or used to claim and you keep it?
We don't plan to raise the floor because lands are pretty much being burned by users currently, just like Rusty already said, we burned all our common lands because people are upgrading and leveling up and fusing their lands to get the better rarities because obviously they will be advantageous in the metaverse. So, and not only in the metaverse, also it is more productive currently within the current gameplay to actually have the better land in comparison to have many common ones, right?
Just a
One
short
strong
answer
operation. Hmm.
for Green Abina, who missed the answer about HQ. You can upgrade HQ mostly for now. Definitely, you can upgrade it for landing pads to serve bigger ships and for storage space for your resources. This is two main upgrades for gameplay, and a lot of upgrades for visual, especially for your private room on that HQ.
Okay. And you
And
only
skins, of course, right, Vitaly?
Skins, yeah, sure,
Skins as
definitely
well.
there are skins, but skins are not actually so important for strategic gameplay. This is much more
Hmm.
important for you user-to-user interactions
yeah yeah
to
yeah
Yeah.
show off a bit. But as we discussing more
Hmm.
strategical stuff, so this is kind of important for space station. Definitely landing pads and ability to serve the ships and the ability to store your resources. So this is
well the HQ definitely
yeah.
travels. Can you have more than one HQ, or are you just gonna stick with one per person?
No,
We
stick with one.
stick with one. You will not have more HQ, but obviously there will be a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So HQ stays one, yeah.
Um, are is repair mechanics going to remain the same? Any kind of
It pretty much there will be repair mechanics
production
for
mechanics?
the new mechanics, for the new buildings, etc., for the new operations. But in regards to that this is still together with the part of the um, overall numbers and economical questions, which are still within come to the finalization phase of the numbers and I would not like to disclose those things yet. And when we're talking about the pretty much operation tower, I think there we will leave the same way as it is at the moment.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we covered a lot of stuff here today.
Just one more. I would like to answer one more question from Green Albino. About minting skins as NFT generally, there is a plan for all things that are not dedicated to strategic gameplay or mining, that we provide them as NFTs. So all the skins and visualization packs and so on, we have this plan to provide them as NFTs.
Okay. Uh, did we answer? Will I be able to see my current mining operations in the HQ, the first person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
28 hexes is the largest on a plot?
28. No, largest plot is for now is, I believe, is something about 130,
Oh, okay. So you can get bigger.
and average size is about 45-50 hexes.
Okay.
And just to believe, this is for this planet. Gas Giant will have some different distribution for
Oh,
the
different
hexes
planets
and
can have
yeah.
different sizing. Okay, great. Any custom skins, and can you trade or sell your skin, or is that future?
Yeah,
This is linked to previous question. As we planned to have them as NFT, this is we will provide the possibility to trade and have it as NFT, and also in game market. So there will be some kind of transfer from in game to NFT market. But yes, all the things that are not directly linked to mining and strategic operations, we plan to provide as NFTs.
Awesome. In the alliances, is there benefits to having like multiple people next to each other? The hexes are next to each other, or didn't we already say only you can only put your lands on the one you own, or?
Of, look, the advantage is of course to be close, but can you expect to be completely stick together on every planet with your lands? Very hard to expect that because first of all you don't have the same rarities. Lands are not like all ultimate lands together, like all the best lands being together. The biggest plots are also distributed through the planet, so you won't always be next to your alliance members. But obviously, like Vitali said, the HQ will be stacked, so the also pretty much in regards to synchronization and cooperation, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of factors that will be beneficial for alliance members. But
Awesome.
yeah, also more about that down the road.
Yeah, a lot more down the road. That's awesome.
Kinyo is asking which engine we're running on. We already answered on Unity. Why not Unreal? Because then we wouldn't be able to support the mobile devices, and mobile gaming is actually skyrocketing and will continue to do so. So yeah, it's very important for us to have presence on the mobile devices as well. When we are talking about the VR in the future, already Vitali mentioned. Maybe Vitali, you can repeat that.
Yeah, this shouldn't be so hard. As soon as we have some proper amount of user requests for VR, we can definitely spend some time on developing this part.
Awesome. Um, we've run through pretty much most of the question. I know there's some still coming in, but Karlo, what is you and Vitali's favorite part of everything new and old with NFT Battle Miners?
Pretty much.
Yeah, please come.
Maybe you
Go.
start. Maybe you
I
start,
start.
Vitali.
Okay. I said it before. I really love the scale of this game. So going from space to small hex and being on H quarter, seeing all the sizes, this is kind of thrilling. I would call it thrilling. I love this part.
Yeah, the scale of the metaverse and having an open world. I think that's, yeah, like we've already said this, but it's very interesting, I think, and we haven't seen very much of it either. So just in general, like on Wax or whatever, we haven't seen much actual open world metaverse. I know that it's out there, but this is really neat where it's space based and has all this strategy involved with it. All right.
And from my point of view, there is two things. In regards to the game directly, I'm extremely excited to see this world coming to life. You know, seeing all these players and all these ships moving around and operating and having this big meshy world. And the other thing that I'm excited about is, pretty much the securing the funding and getting the expand the team, because currently we are still 13 people in total in the company, and that's relatively small in comparison to any project that is doing this kind of size of things.
Yeah, any kind of real video game company has tons more, and funding, and you got a lot going on. I mean, this is a kind of an issue for a lot of creators, is me included, is we're trying to do a lot of things and we have a lot of ambitions with very small teams. A lot of times there's no investment money for stuff like this until you get pretty sizable. So there's things that people don't consider a lot of the times, is a lot of these creators are bootstrapping and making it work. Having the fact that you have 13 employees, that's great. It's great to know that you're able to have that many, at least, even though that is still really small for something of this size. So I hope we all hope it continues to grow the way it is, and that the fundraising does fall in place relatively soon, and you can do this maybe not with ease, but at least with more security and less going crazy whenever you're working on this stuff full time at all times. People are definitely excited for it. Thank you all for chatting.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we covered a lot here. Of course, anybody can always go into their Discord and keep asking away, anything at all. These guys are here to help. And make sure to, as far as solving or getting prizes, make sure to solve that puzzle. And look for their other things. I know you guys do giveaways, you do other things. If you get on other AMAs, there's prizes there. So there's ways to get some free stuff, or at least some small freebie kind of entering type things. Not like you can use the freebies to go and just do everything, but it lets you dip your toes in and that kind of stuff. So it's really great. Can you teach us how to Dougie?
What is this? What is Dougie? What do you mean?
It's a dance. Show your dance real quick. But yeah, we definitely appreciate your time. I've said it before. We appreciate you guys' openness to collab with us. I mean, you're telling me thanks, but we're the ones with a much smaller community than you guys. And coming from pre-Wax, because ConsumerBreak's been around for a couple years before Wax, and my experience with sponsors is they don't have anything to do with you unless you have all these players. Not even for free. They won't even accept and be like, yeah, here's a couple prizes. There's nothing like that. But then here on Wax, when we got in here, projects like you guys were all on board right off the bat. Here's some prizes. Sure, we'll talk with you. This is great. So creators like me definitely appreciate this, because ConsumerBreak is a collab app, and we need to have those collabs and content and things to make it all work. So, and I love to see, like I said, I love to see that from Wax creators that are open to doing that kind of thing and being involved in the community. Something you also don't see from mainstream games. You don't see the developers inside a group community answering things personally to the users. Like, that's not something you get. But it is something you get here on Wax, and it's beautiful.
It is very, very important actually to support each other's, because it's a very small space, and it would be funny for me to hear even that someone should be worried about the competition, because we all should strive to get more people into our product.
That's the way I see it. And really, a lot of these collab partners we've had, they see it the same way. It's like, Yeah, we're not competing projects. In fact, we're colonized projects, kind of like your metaverse. We're alliances
Yeah.
for Wax, because we might all be different projects, different NFTs, but everything's on Wax, and all of us want more people into Wax. That helps all of us. And a lot of times these audiences bounce around. They like this. That's why we have viewers and things checking out these collabs and checking out the Grubfish, is because they're in Wax and they might like multiple projects. Or even if they're not into them, they're discovering new projects and all. And you already have Wax, so it's all one big ecosystem, and that's beautiful. I agree. It's also kind of small compared to what it can be, but hopefully in the next years it continues. When Coinbase, right? I hear that one a lot. So hopefully Wax gets listed on more places and gets more into the mainstream. And some of these mainstream outlets that hate on NFTs so much and they just don't get it because there's so much garbage on ETH, which is true. But hopefully people in the gaming world can start to really see what's going on in Wax and see the utility and the fun and the ROI involved on Wax instead of just JPEGs on ETH that people aren't really into. All right, so yeah, we're gonna wrap up here. If there's any last questions, feel free to put them in, and of course, like I said, go to Discord. Maybe watch some of their other AMAs to get even more if you want. I know that you had one on METAVERSE and somewhere else, also your own channel. Follow them. They have their own Twitch channel, NBM, where they do the live draws and different things. Sometimes an AMA there, so that's cool. Just support the Wax streamers. And of course, we're talking to NBM, so if you're here interested about them, you ought to be following them on Twitch. All right.
Rusty is asking if there's dates for private or public sales. Not yet, Rusty, because we are still in the seed round. Once seed round is secured, we are pretty much, we will let you know. We will accept the CoinStore offer for the launchpad, and that's where we're gonna perform the following rounds.
Awesome. Yeah. A lot of this is preliminary. A lot of it you still need, and that's fine. You say you need some more fundraising. Yes, it's a good thing to be on top of it and working on ways to get that fundraising. And you got this 5th token, and hopefully that's a big success. And hopefully not only fundraising, but it, like we said, it onboards new people, including from Polygon. That would be really, really amazing for the ecosystem. So you got it going on. Whenever you get, and this is everything you saw today is preliminary, it's prototype. So as they release more things, more visuals, more details that are still surprise elements right now, those will be coming out. And of course, if you have any kind of big launches type stuff, we can bring you back on again and do another puzzle and another AMA at that point.
Sounds good. Definitely,
this
we will keep you in mind.
Yeah, maybe later this year, maybe next, whenever everything starts, especially when this thing opens to the public and people can actually start diving in. It would be really interesting to see people actually doing it, and we can start looking at an actual live demo and see what's there, like see what the buildings are, check them out. Look, this person's got all this stuff going on, you know, that kind of stuff. It's very exciting. So, and I know that you guys are excited. Karlo is all about it. I mean, he's really, and yeah, you're still involved with Credit Metaverse too. I know you were on there, and we had them on too.
Yes, I'm not really as active because MBM is a full-time job.
Yeah.
The other thing is
I was so
pretty much.
surprised whenever I heard you were part. I was like, wow, that's so much going on. But you love the tokenomics and you love this space, and so it's great to have somebody experienced that knows what they're doing into this project. That's what you want. That's what you're investing in. That's what people will usually invest in, is the team. So this team is brilliant team at NBM. They got it going on. As you can see, they're really nice folks that are all about the community. So that's what I'm talking about. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and sign you off. I think we answered most everything. Maybe we missed a couple, but you can always, if you're still wanting to know anything, just hit up their Discord, all right? We will do 3 more Grubfish games with other prizes, so stick around and we'll play some Grubfish. Thank you, Karlo and Vitalii, for joining. I know that there are a couple other guys on the team that were going to be here and they couldn't, but that's fine. Like we, in fact, having 4 people on here might be a little more catastrophic than what we just did. But this is great. You guys were answering a lot of questions. I'm glad Karlo was here, the CEO, got to be on our stream. So that's great, and appreciate everything that you guys do, and hope for the best moving out. If there's any last words you want to
Thank you
give?
very much.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Hope we see, and thank you for to community, and hope we will meet soon with some new updates.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. Stay tuned, and hit up the puzzle, which I'll talk about the puzzle again. But yeah,
Yeah, guys, I want to see who wins the puzzle.
see who wins. Well, as far as the top players go, we got our sharks. That's what the new people like to point out. How does somebody solve this in 20 seconds? Well, skill-based games have leaderboards, and the top of the leaderboard is always going to be the best of the best of the best, whatever skill-based game it is. And we have some of those best of the best. They've been with us, like ASR164 has been with us for a few years, and she's a puzzle whiz. She's not a bot. We have a screen recording of the 20-second puzzle. She's just a whiz. So to get up that high, that's going to take some effort, but you don't have to be that high to win. So, you get an entry just for solving. You can get 2 entries for 30 to 40 seconds. You can get 3 entries for below 30. And we got all the other games too. Same deal with White Dragon, and then same deal for the password. Password's Metaverse, and I'll open that up again. But that's how you would earn from our project. All right. So it's been good, guys. I'm gonna sign you off. I hope you guys have a great rest of the. What time is it over where you guys at? It's probably middle of the night.
2 a.m. and Vitalii 3 a.m.
2
I
a.m.
think.
Oh wow.
Now, 2 a.m. The same 2 a.m.
Well, thank you
2
guys
a.m.
for hitting it in the middle of the night, because it's 8 p.m. over here on the East Coast. West Virginia is where I be.
Amazing.
So thank you guys for being open to do some of these AMAs in the middle of your nights. I know sometimes it could be a little hard. People like me, I'm a night owl anyway, so I stay up the whole time regardless. But all right, NASR should have a handicap. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, sure.
All right, it's been real. Hey, you guys have a good time, and we'll speak to you another time.
See ya, guys. Bye bye.